All right, we're back with more change makers. How are you doing, Nadav?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me here today, Jim.
Well, it's great to have you on. And like I told you, as we were kind of prepping to go live here, I couldn't think of doing a Changemaker event without highlighting you and your efforts. So we've got people from all over the world tuning in if we did a good job. But we've got people from all over the world tuning in, and most of them have no idea who Nadav is. So can you share a little bit about you, your name, your background, where you're from?
Yeah, so my name's Nadav Sprague. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois, currently living in New York City. However, I had the pleasure of living in St. Louis, Missouri for 7 years. When I was in St. Louis, I started a nonprofit called Gateway to the Great Outdoors, where we do environmental health, outdoor, and STEAM education for low income middle and elementary schools. So each week we have mentors come into the classroom of these low income public schools and then work with the students on their science curriculum, adding hands on experiments that relate to environmental science. And then every month we take our students on monthly outdoor adventures, whether it's canoe tripping down the Mississippi River or overnight camping trips or hiking in local state parks. It's a lot of fun and it's an amazing experience for our students as a lot of them really haven't left a 5 block radius of their house and school. Within the past year, however, I moved to New York City, as I said, to start getting my PhD in environmental epidemiology, where I study how climate change and access to green space influences childhood health and educational disparities.
So that seems so rehearsed, but we didn't even talk about it. Like, man, you just like had it all down.
Yeah, no, that was not rehearsed. It was just definitely that answered those questions before.
I totally get it. Well, when we were thinking of a change maker, we thought about your work with the children. I've personally seen some of the kids that you've worked with, just the videos, the success stories, talked with a lot of people that are involved in your programming and had personal relationships with them, where I became friends with a lot of your staff as they've come through your organization, and some of them have gone on to do different things. Some of them have gone on to run different offices for you. So you have offices, or locations, let me get this right, in St. Louis, Chicago, and New York?
Just St. Louis and Chicago, not New
Just
York.
St. Louis and Chicago
Yeah.
right now.
Yes, right now. We definitely
Right now.
there's definitely lacks gaps in environmental and outdoor education throughout the U.S. So it definitely is a model that we are looking to expand. But right now, we're really focusing in Chicago and St. Louis and making our local organizations a lot stronger before going on to expanding to other cities.
Perfect. So, and when we talked about change makers, you really exemplify that. So that's why you were selected. So first of all, congratulations on being one of the 45 change makers nominated for this inaugural class. But tell us, Nadav, why you do what you do, because there's a lot of things that you could do. You're a smart guy. You could go down many paths. Why this one?
So there's definitely many reasons why I do what I do. I grew up in the city of Chicago, where there are unfortunately a lot of really large educational disparities in the Chicago public school system. I was fortunate enough to get a really quality education, and during that time, I had a lot of learning disabilities. So that quality education really brought me to be where I am today. And I always kind of think about how fortunate I am to have been raised with such great education and how essential that is. So the educational gap has always been something that I'm really, really passionate about. And then additionally, I, since a young age, have always been quite the outdoorsman, and the environment has always been something so important to me. So I think those two major issues that the U.S. are facing right now, of with climate change and environmental sustainability, and kind of creating the next leaders of our future, in addition to kind of really tackling and addressing the educational gap and really focusing on that. So being able to kind of work on both of these issues in tandem and really create the next generation of environmental leaders is so important to me, as we're already starting to see the effects of climate change today. And we really need our young people to be extremely educated and ready to be leaders and really fight against the disparities that they face on a day-to-day basis.
That's great. Now, Nadav, I don't know if you're going to have this number. And again, we didn't really prepare for all of the statistics or anything like that. But do you have a rough ballpark of how many young people have come through your program?
It's been already in the thousands. We started in 2016, and right now, well, during COVID-19, we stopped doing our in-person programming, obviously, and we did a Go and Grow program. So that we had a really large reach of delivering the kits. We reached over 2,000 students there, but
Wow.
our traditional program has gone way over 2,000 as well. And we typically have approximately 650 students per year who do the really in-depth program, the weekly programming and the monthly camping trips and adventures.
All right. So I'm going to ask you another question and put you on the spot. So when kids go into these things, they probably see things that they either had only imagined before or couldn't have imagined before. So what is the coolest reaction you've ever seen from a child going into something for the first time?
I mean, I don't know if there's been like a specific reaction, but a lot of the students are just so excited to go out and explore. And it's really great to see, because a lot of the times at first, since it is new experiences, at the beginning of the hike, they're really worried and timid and they don't want to like go off and like explore. But then within a 1 mile hike, then they start climbing up rocks and climbing trees and exploring and really getting their hands dirty. And from being scared to getting their sneakers muddy, then they like are full of mud by the end of the hike. And I think that's really, really the best experience. But it definitely is a lot of our students' first times doing a bunch of things, whether it's their first time swimming in a lake, first time hiking, first time we've had students for the first time have lettuce when we take them to farms. So
Wow.
there's a lot of
Perspective, right?
no, definitely. So there's definitely a lot of new experiences that the students get to do. And the best part about it is, actually, this is the answer to the question. The best part about it.
I knew we'd get there.
Yeah, it just took a second. The best part about it is when students come to me and they say, the field trip that we went on Friday, on Saturday, I took my family there because it was so much fun. And so the fact that not only are these students getting to have these new experiences and enjoying it, but then they're also bringing their family into the mix, and they're bringing what they learn in school. They bring the activities home, whether it's planting vegetable seeds, and then also the field trips home, like going on a hike with their family. So really, I love it whenever students tell me that they now have engaged their family based on the GGO activities.
That's great. In the last 30 seconds that we have, I want to accomplish two things. Number one, tell people how to find you.
Yeah, so you can find us at gatewayoutdoors.org, or you can look us up on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. And yeah, so those are the main ways to find us. Yeah.
Perfect. And then somebody somewhere is going to be inspired by what you've said on this interview today. So give your 10-second words of advice to somebody that might want to take action but don't even know where to begin. So just tell them what to do.
I mean, it's a little hard. If they ever want to contact me, they definitely can contact me. My email is my first name, Nadav at gatewayoutdoors.org. So if you do want to contact me, feel free to send me an email. And I think the main thing is really kind of identifying what the need is and then working within the community that you want to address this need, and making sure that the community want to work with the community to make sure that that you're providing a service that they want and the way that they want it, I think is really important. And then never be afraid to ask for help. I think my favorite saying, and I always mess this saying up, is the squeaky wheel is the one to get oiled. So you got to be squeaky, you got to make noise, you got to ask for help in order to make a difference.
That's great. Well, congratulations again on being selected as a 2021 Changemaker. And I couldn't think of someone better.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much to Jim and Larry, who have been so helpful to GGO throughout the years.
Oh, that's really nice of you to say. And you're such a great organization, and you're a great mentor and leader to all the kids. So we're honored to do it. Guys, stay tuned. We have a ton more Changemakers coming up. So stay with us for more. And we're going to go back to our co-host, Larry Cohn.